What's up? What's up? It's your boy Corey B. So today, I want to talk about just this idea of what's going on. So I was reading this article earlier today about. I was actually reading an article about Posh and how Posh has been going down, and I started looking it up more and more and looking at the stock, and there's this been huge decline in buyers on Posh over the last year, actually, and in the last quarter they haven't hit their numbers at all. It's been really bad, but I find this interesting, and what I find interesting about it is, and what prompted me to speak on this. Well, first of all, I want to tell you all, it's like I'm constantly reading what's going on. I'm constantly reading about new stocks and new investment opportunities, and I'm reading what's going on with this stock and that stock, and this business and that business. I'm constantly reading more and more about what's going on, so that way I know where my positions are at and where other possible positions might be open. So I advise and encourage you to read more, and don't just rely on Google. Like really read, journal, read Forbes, read financial books, financial advisors, people, they got columns and things like that. This is the places you want to find your resources, and I don't want to plug too many people or places, because I don't want you to think I'm advocating for a certain someone, because ultimately it doesn't really matter as long as you're getting information from somewhere and you're getting credible, reliable information. With that being said, like I said, back to my point, what prompted me to speak on this is, okay, last year we went through this pandemic, and I know we're not 100% out of it yet, but we're on our way, and the country's opening back up and things are happening. More jobs are becoming available. It's insane how many jobs are available. People are hiring. Amazon's hiring. McDonald's is hiring. All kinds of people are opening up their businesses to new heights. It's insane. But last year that was not the case in most businesses. Now, there was a few places that were, yes, obviously growing. Amazon was a huge one that grew last year because everybody was at home and everybody was shopping online. Okay, but with all that being said, last year was an opportunity that people found new ways to be innovative, and thrive, to really put their mind to work and just look for new avenues and new ways to reinvent themselves. Jim Jones is someone I've spoke on before. I got some mad love for Jim Jones. Musically and lyrically, the guy's he's incredible. He may not be your cup of tea, but that's cool. That's all right. But like I said, musically and lyrically, the guy's something else. But aside from that, just looking on another level, when you're looking at him as a business-minded person only, the dude took things to a different level last year when he decided, I'm having trouble getting people in studios. We can't record. So he decided to start a new business called Quarantine Studios. Quarantine Studios, born out of being quarantined. Genius. And what he did is literally gave people the opportunity to work with big name artists and stuff like that, but via online. Satellite, things like that. He remotely was recording people together and putting people in the studio who ultimately, they was never in the studio together in the first place in the beginning. But now, because they had this opportunity to do things remotely, all of a sudden they were doing work together. They were making music together. Then he went on to start a gym. He decided, he's like, I'm getting older and I need to, get in shape. And he started a gym. And he started posting little fitness videos, him trying to get in shape in his house and be creative with the different things that he was using. He used things that people have around their house to exercise. And from there, he got enough people following him and some other people. And it spawned a whole new business for him. And ultimately, I don't want to keep, talking about him all day. The point is last year was an opportunity for people to really grow into something new. But it was also, a lot of people took the opportunity to sit back at home, do a whole lot of nothing, and blame the world for them not getting anywhere. man, you can blame the world for you not getting anywhere. You can blame the government. You can blame this virus. You can blame anything you want. But ultimately, you pointing a finger doesn't get you what you need. If you want to get what you need, if you want to get where you're going, you got to be thinking outside the box. And you've got to be willing to not allow this virus, allow the government, allow anything to step in your way, allow somebody to tell you that it can't be done. Because let me tell you, it can be done. There's always a way to make money. There's always a way to grow and thrive. There's always a way to be prosperous in the world. There really truly is, especially in this great country. As many people want to, bag on our country right now. So many people want to hate on this and hate on that. But at the end of the day, this country is still an incredible place of opportunity for you to really grow and thrive, and for you to really do something great with yourself. So I encourage y'all to do that. And what got me thinking about that, when I was talking about, like I said, I read this article earlier, and that prompted me to find another article, and then find another journal, and then actually look up, the stocks and see how it was going. When I was looking into Posh and understanding that, I found it interesting because over the last month, see, I've sold off and on with Posh for a couple years now, about 2.5 years now, and I've never really been that great at it. Posh was just not one of those things that I'm good at. I don't know why. I've done eBay, I've done Etsy, I've done Reverb, I've done a lot, but Posh, I just never really found my niche. And over the last month and a half, I sold more the last month than I did all last year on Posh. And I find that fascinating and interesting that, and this is not bragging and saying I'm so great or I'm so awesome. It's what my point I want to get across is, like, we could sit here, I could talk about Jim Jones, I could talk about Warren Buffett, I could talk about these people and name drop all day long about the people who weren't pinned down by a drop in the stock market. They weren't pinned down by an economic foothold. They weren't pinned down by a virus or a pandemic. I could talk about all those people, and especially when you're talking about famous people, or you're talking about someone like Buffett, the Oracle, Omaha. It's like people look at him and it's like, oh, well, he's not human. He's not normal. Obviously, that's not me. That's him. Okay, fine. That's cool. But y'all know me. Y'all been following me and watching my videos. I'm a normal guy, man. I'm a normal guy. I got my boys, I got my family, I got my life. My videos are frequently a mess. They're frequently all over the place. I am not the Oracle Omaha. I'm not that guy. I'm not some famous guy who you can't relate to, and you're going to sit there and say, well, he did it, but that's just him. That's not me. Okay. What I want to tell you is, like I said, I'm not tooting my own horn, but through this pandemic, I grew last year. Last year was one of the biggest years for my business. The first 6 months were way better before I got COVID, and I was out of commission for over about 2.5 months. Just shy of 2.5 months, I was out of work. I was out of commission. I couldn't do any of my stuff. I wasn't able to do my trading. I wasn't able to do nothing. I had a couple of my colleagues managing some accounts for me, and my lovely wife Kimberly was helping me with my reselling business and stuff like that. But other than that, a lot of stuff just got put on hold, and that really dampened things for me. But that first 6 months before that happened, I was on a roll. I was skyrocketing, bigger than I had ever done in the last 20 years. I mean, it was huge, and that was in sight of the pandemic. That was right through the beginning, while a lot of people were being laid off, and that's so unfortunate. I'm so sorry that so many people were out of work. Like I said, again, I'm not bragging, but see, again, right now, the same thing is happening again. Posh is tanking, and while Posh is, okay, it's not tanking, but it's in a huge slump. And while Posh is in a slump, my Posh account is bigger than it's ever been. And it's not that I'm a genius. It's not that I'm brilliant. It's not that I'm like doing some magical thing. What I am doing that a lot of people aren't doing is I am unwilling to fail. I'm not willing to fail. And it's not that I know some secret that y'all don't know or that anybody doesn't know, and that's why I'm telling this to y'all, is because I want you to know this is something that you absolutely can do yourself. Do not allow what is going on in society, or what someone else is telling you, or what a stock is doing, or what the economic structure of our economy is right now. Do not allow any of these things to determine your own fate. Don't allow them to be what tells you that you can't do it, you can't get it done, you can't be successful, and you can't thrive under these conditions, because you can thrive. You can. So go out there and get yours. Whatever it is, just know, okay, there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be things in your way, and there's going to be like stocks, and there's going to be investments, and there's going to be businesses that ultimately have obstacles and setbacks and downfalls and things like that. And, I always say, and I heard my pastor say it so many times, and it's real simple. What we see as a setback is God's set up for something bigger. There's something bigger out there. Just know that you got to learn and adapt when those setbacks happen, when those obstacles get in your way. Learn, adapt, move forward. Don't be hindered or broken by it. Don't say, well, this thing got in my way, therefore I'm just going to fall apart. My business is over. I can't thrive because this is what our economy is. I can't thrive because this new thing was passed in legislation. I can't thrive because this happened with my colleague or my investment partner, or this happened or whatever. Or because the stock is tanking on a business that ultimately I am invested in. Okay, so is it time for you to dump that stock, or is it transition to elsewhere, or is it time for you to dig deeper and figure out how can you be profitable within the bounds of those situations? I don't have all the answers. I got a lot of answers, but I ain't got all of them. But I'll tell you this. At the end of the day, there's always a way. There's always a way to be prosperous. There's always a way to be successful. And there's always a way to thrive under duress. Don't let it break you. All right. I want to give a lot of love and props and respect to all y'all out there. Thank y'all for following me and sticking with your boy. Stay tuned. I got some more coming for y'all. If y'all got any questions, y'all got any comments, y'all know how to reach me. A lot of y'all have messaged me directly. Y'all have hit me up on Facebook. Y'all have hit me up on Instagram. Feel free to message me. Feel free to comment below, because maybe your question is a question that someone else has got, and I will answer said question in below. And sometimes I take those questions and run with them and make a new video based on that question, if it's something deep enough that I can talk about and, make something into a conversation for others. But y'all stay tuned. Y'all check me out on beingcoreybayless.com. Till next time, it's your boy Corey B. I'm out.